Hello YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tina and I make videos on lifestyle, home, and DIY projects every single week. For today's video, I'm taking you guys along to the thrift store and I am on the hunt for some new kitchen items. I mentioned this on my last video, but I'm basically focusing on redoing our kitchen and everything in this makeover is going to be budget friendly, so I of course need some new decor pieces and I mainly want to find items that I can put on display, so that's what we're on the hunt for today. And I'm very excited to share that this video is sponsored by our place. They're doing a huge sale on their always plan right now and I also have a discount code for you guys, so make sure that you stay tuned for that and I cannot wait to show you guys all my favorite things from them. And before we get into it, don't forget to like down below and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's go and head to the thrift store. Hello from VoiceOver Tina. So at the front of this thrift store, there are a lot of amazing furniture pieces. Like, look at this rocking chair with cane detail. It was so good, but sadly, I did not take it home with me. I was on a mission to find kitchen items, so I headed straight to the decor section to see what we could find. And I mainly was looking for decorative pieces to put on display as well as a few items that we could flip. So I was looking at cups and dishes and bowls and pots and all of the beautiful decorative things. Okay, there's already so many good glass selections. I'm eyeing some of these colored ones because that'd be really great to style with. And then look at all of these. Ooh, that would be great on the shelf as well. You guys, look at these carved candles. Oh my god, this one is so precious. Do I need them? I think yes. I'm trying to find like a cool plate that I could put on display, so something with some detail on it. Oh, I think this is actually a really good option. Small enough that will fit in my shelf and only $1. I love the coloring on this. Okay, this is going in the cart. They also had a big section of books and these were nicely organized, so I had to take a look, and you guys know I barely have any books to decorate with, so this is definitely on my list, and these were all so cheap. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I go to the thrift store, I need to make at least 2 rounds around the whole store because you never know what you might miss the first time around. Okay guys, we are back from the thrift store. I managed to spend under $25, which is pretty amazing. So of course we have to do a little haul and I want to show you guys the things that I'm DIYing and the things that I'm keeping as is. So let's go through the bags. I got these 2 cookbooks. The first one is an Aisha curry one. I just dropped it, oh crap, oops. It was only $2.95, which is great. This basically looks new and I really love Aisha curry. I love the curries. They're just such a cute couple and I know that she's a great cook, so all these recipes are really inspiring me. This is also really great to style on a book. Or not on a book, on a shelf. This book was also $2.95 and I basically just got it because you can remove the cover and it has a beautiful green cover on it. You guys know I'm having a moment with green right now, so this is gonna look super cute. I did end up getting this plate. Originally it was 97 cents, but it went down to 42 cents and I thought it'd be cute to kind of just display. I definitely have to find a little stand for this that doesn't look super cheesy, so maybe something acrylic or gold or brass would work really nicely. But I just thought this was a sweet piece. I have so many of those open shelves in my kitchen, so I thought this would look really cute in one. I also grabbed a very basic glass vase. I feel like you can never have too many of these. And this one I will be DIYing. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with it. I saw this really cute tiny glass vase and it had some florals painted on it. And I thought that was such a pretty look and reminded me of something from Anthropology. So I may end up doing that with this one. It was only $1.97 and was 25% off, so super cheap and super cute. Yes, these little candles, oh my god, they're so precious. Okay, so these, are they scented? They kind of just smell like thrift store. These little candles were just so cute. I think in the store I said they were carved, but these are definitely made with a mold. And again, they're in a beautiful green color, so I just had to grab them. Also, they're a little bit dirty. I don't know what's the best way to clean wax candles since washing them kind of doesn't do the job that well, so I'll have to figure that out. But if you guys have a hack on how to clean dusty candles, please let me know because my candles around the house are always getting dusty because I don't actually light them. But yeah, these were super unique and I thought they'd be really really cute in my kitchen as well. Oh, this was such a sweet piece. I saw a little set of these and they were basically just blue and white candle holders. I think they were handmade because it's kind of signed at the bottom here, so it's pretty special. And this one was just so sweet because it has little hearts on it, and I thought I could use it around Christmas time. It's also such a cute and unique shape. I don't think I'll do anything to this. I just think it's so precious. These glass cups were just so beautiful. They're not quite amber. They're more of a yellow toned color. I just thought the shape on these were so unique, and I love the little divots here and all the detailing. I don't think I'll actually use these to drink out of. It's definitely more for decoration, and I just love them so much. I feel like no kitchen is complete without a little pitcher, so of course I had to grab this little one. It's the perfect size and definitely something that I can change up pretty easily. It has a little bit of detailing on the bottom here, but we're going to change the whole color and the whole mood of this, so really excited for this project. The last thing that I got was actually something that I was on the hunt for last time I was at the thrift store. I was really keen on finding a stool, but the one that I saw there was 25 bucks, and everything on Facebook Marketplace was around the same price range. So I got this little stool. It was only 8 bucks, and I love that it has rounded legs onto it. So it's a little bit different than the regular wooden stools that you see that are used as bar stools usually. And this is going to be the perfect plant stand. We are definitely DIYing this because I don't really love the color of it right now, so we're gonna change it up and give it a little bit of a makeover. The last thing I want to share isn't really a thrifted item, but it is a secondhand item. So my friend Ray was having a garage sale and not everything got sold, so he asked me if I wanted anything before they put it in the donation pile. So this would have ended up at the thrift store anyways, and I probably would have picked it up if I saw it. But it is these little pots, so they are made out of wood. So there's another one inside here, and these are just such a cute shape. I really love the size of them. They're gonna be perfect for plants or any dried greenery, so I'm definitely going to DIY these. And this is a really good size because usually when I go to the thrift store I can't find pots that are this large. So thank you so much, Ray, for giving me these. I'm very excited to DIY. I'm gonna get to brainstorming right now, and then we can jump into the first project. Welcome to my basement. We're using a sander that has a cord on it, which will not work on my plugs outside, so I'm in the basement to sand this stool. I'm going to give this a good sanding to try to get rid of some of that shiny finish. I really want this to look like a vintage stool, so I'll put some inspo right over here. And also the wood tone on this is just super warm, so we're going to try and make it a little bit cooler. Also, I apologize for the echo in here. There's still no furniture, and yeah, it's a basement. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so after I sanded off the top, I just found it to be so much easier to switch over to a sanding block and just to get all the little legs and all the nooks and crannies on here. So if you don't have an electric sander, don't worry, you can totally sand down furniture pieces without one, and that way you're able to restain without any fancy tools. So this step is super therapeutic because all you need to do is basically just hit the stool. So I did try a variety of methods to make little dents and lines. And my goal here is just to make a bunch of different marks. So you'll see that I'm kind of hitting it, and I'm also scraping it and just kind of carving it with the back of the hammer. But I think the most important thing here is just to make sure that nothing looks too uniform. Otherwise, it's not going to look as authentic. So I'm trying to do this as randomly as possible around the entire piece. And I also made sure to not forget the underside as well as the backside of the legs. Okay, here is our beautiful distressing. I think it looks pretty good and pretty convincing. As I was doing this kind of reminded me of like people who put holes in their jeans. This is the equivalent in chair form. To stain it, I'm going to use the color Special Walnut, and this has a little bit of a cooler undertone, which is what I'm going for. So let me put this on. We want to really concentrate it in the little nick marks so that those show up a lot darker. Okay, so I don't know if this looks too warm. but you can totally see all the textures here. It looks so good. And if I do want to add more texture, I can always go back in and add a little bit more and stain it again. But for now, we're gonna let it sit and dry. Okay, so while that's drying, I did wanna show you guys where all of the thrifted pieces are going to end up and where I'm styling everything. So of course, we are in the kitchen, and behind me, you'll see these little cubby holes. And this whole area is going to be where I style a majority of the items. My plan for this cabinet in particular is to remove the doors, and then we're gonna create some open shelving. And I already do have a few little pieces in here, but see all of this stuff? This is why we need to do a makeover in here. I already have some beautiful dishes and bowls from our place, and these definitely deserve to be on display. So I'm really excited to just make this a whole moment. And I want to thank our place for sponsoring today's video. They are making my house just feel so much more cozy, and they honestly are simplifying and changing the game when it comes to cooking. So if you haven't heard of our place, they are a home brand that makes beautiful items for your kitchen and dining. They also are the makers of the iconic Always pan, so it's right there in the background. And they also just came out with their perfect pot, and this is honestly the perfect duo. And both of those pieces are just so beautiful that I just leave them on my stovetop because they honestly are a piece of art. And not only are they beautiful, but they're also very thoughtfully designed. So those two pieces actually replace 16 pieces of cookware. So here I have my Always pan, and I got it in the color Steam just to be super minimal, but you guys can already see that this is genius because you have a spoon rest built in. And then once you lift the lid, it comes with a steaming basket that also works as a colander. And honestly, this thing is just so well thought out. The coating inside is non-stick and non-toxic, which is really important to me. And this can do it all. You can fry, saute, steam. There's like a whole list on their website that you guys can check out. And I also got the spruce steamer to go on top of it because we love our dumplings and our bows. So I'm going to use that thing all the time. And the Always pan is on sale right now through the 18th. So usually it is $145, but right now it's on sale for $115. So if you've been eyeing it, now is the time to buy it, or it also makes a really great gift. And if you want to, you could buy it in a bundle with the perfect pot, and that will give you even more savings. And this one I got in the color Spice just to spice it up a little bit. I really love this beautiful warm terracotta color. And with this pot, I really love to boil and steam things in it, but you can also crisp things up, and you can bake with it because you could put this in the oven. So this is also super multifunctional. It also comes with a spoon and a roasting rack, so this item is also very multifunctional. So both of these pieces together seriously accomplish so much. I honestly can go on and on about how much I love our place, but I love everything that they stand for. I really love that they're all about sustainability, so all the packaging that they use is recyclable, and you could even tell on their website and in their branding that they're all about representation and inclusion, especially since their founder is an immigrant woman. So our place is a brand that I really resonate with, and if you guys are interested in checking out any of these items, make sure that you click on my link down below. They also gave me a 10% off discount code for you guys, so if you put in TinaLay10, you'll also get 10% off of your whole purchase. I seriously cannot wait until these shelves are done so I can put all these beautiful items and style them properly. So now that you guys have an idea of what we're working with, let's go ahead and jump into the next project. After the stain dried, I actually went back in and sanded down some parts of the chair, and this is gonna make the color vary from spot to spot. And this is great because it's gonna make it look even more worn in. And I'm sure some of you might be thinking, Tina, why do you want this to look old? And personally, I like mixing in old and new things when it comes to decor. I think it adds in a lot of character, and sometimes actual vintage pieces can be quite pricey, so DIYing it is definitely the way to go. So now that this baby looks perfectly old, I'm going to use a polyurethane on top. So this is water-based and it's matte because I do not want any gloss at all. So this is going to be perfect. So let's get to sealing. My quest for a vintage inspired stool is now complete with this thrift flip project. It's crazy how a slight change in color and sheen could make this go from a basic stool to a vintage beauty. I just love all the little details on this, and I cannot wait to put this in my kitchen with a little plant on top. Next up, we're gonna do this pot, and my plan is to make it look like it's made out of stone or cement. So I saw on Schmood's channel that he used this mesh tape on top of some items and put cement on it, and it looked really awesome. So I'm gonna try this method and give you guys my thoughts on it. This mesh tape stuck really well onto the pot and was also really easy to apply. This is actually used for drywall, but now I can imagine it for so many other DIY projects. And since we're putting this on a round object, I'm also going to add in some small cuts into the tape, and this will allow us to wrap around it so much easier without a ton of lifting. And this tape is actually quite thin, so even if you layer it on, it still remains pretty smooth. I decided to cover the whole entire pot, so I'm going to wrap the whole inside as well as the bottom, and I just really wanted it to look like the whole thing was made out of concrete, so getting the whole thing was definitely necessary. Also, major tip here, don't forget to add on that little tab every single time you cut the tape. That way you don't lose the end of the tape, because it is literally impossible to find again if you don't. I'm putting enough cement in my cup to cover the whole pot once, and whenever you're working with cement, you want to make sure that you wear a mask just to avoid any dust getting into your lungs. And you guys know I usually love to color my cement with some good old acrylic paint, but today we're using a liquid cement colorant, and this is in the color charcoal, and I'm just going to mix it in with my water first. Then I'm pouring this mixture into the cement, and this is going to give us a nice deep charcoal color. Usually I do a 4:1 ratio of cement to water to create a pancake consistency, but this time around I'm going to make it a little bit more watery so I could spread it easily. To apply it, I first just poured it into the pot, and then I moved it around to cover the inside surface of the pot. Then using a cheap paintbrush, I just used that to brush the cement right onto the mesh, and this actually worked out really well. It allowed me to get a brushstroke look with a lot of texture, which is totally what I was going for. And if you are trying this technique on a flat surface, you can also use a trowel, and that will work really great as well. And I did notice some of the mesh was coming up in a couple of spots, and that's because I didn't press on too carefully. So if you're trying this, make sure to get the tape on very securely before jumping to this step. But if you do notice any lifting, we can totally fix it up with the second layer of cement. Also, I hope you guys aren't too tired of me doing a whole bunch of DIYs in the color black. I swear I love adding color into my space, but I'm just finding it harder to find black colored accents. So for now, I just needed to make it myself, but I will make the disclaimer that the cement color also comes in a lot of other options. So next time I do a cement project, I'll definitely share a more colorful option. It's been many hours later. I worked out and had dinner, and now I came back to this and it looks pretty amazing. It also has a lot of weight to it, so this really does feel like a ceramic pot. And you guys can see that some of the mesh is still popping through, so we'll definitely need to do one more coat of this. But after that, we should be good to go, so I'm gonna do one more coat and then finish off this project. The last thing I'm doing is adding a matte top coat onto the pot, and I'm just using one from Mod Podge, and this is going to be an important step just to avoid any crumbly situations that might happen without it. I am obsessed with this project. Pots like these can definitely get pricey, but doing this technique was so simple and makes such an impact. This piece can be used as a vessel on its own and it looks beautiful, or it could function as a flower vase or a plant pot, and I absolutely love it. But let me know what you guys think of this project idea by commenting below. So those were my thrift flips for today's video. Let me know in the comments below which project was your favorite. And I'm very excited for the kitchen makeover so I can actually style these in the kitchen and make everything look super cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed thrifting with me and seeing all the things that I found. And again, a big thank you to Our Place for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to check out the Always Pan sale, make sure you click on the link down below. And don't forget to use my 10% off discount code. This works until the end of the year, so I'll have all that info down below as well. And if you haven't already, make sure to give me a follow over on Instagram. I post on there every single day. And that is it for today's video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!